There's a certain kind of person who thinks about going to the gym the same way most people think about assembling IKEA furniture. Sure, you could do it, but suddenly 12 other options seem way more appealing. Most of us have no idea why our brain reacts like this, but psychology does. And the reasons go way deeper than, "I don't feel like it today." Let's start with reason number 1, experiential avoidance. Before you even put on your gym clothes, your brain is already considering the idea and trying to steer you away. There's a psychological term for that called experiential avoidance, the mind's instinct to dodge anything that feels unpleasant, stressful, or effort-heavy before it even begins. It's the same mechanism that makes you avoid difficult conversations, cold showers, and checking that one email you know is bad news. Humans weren't built for voluntary suffering. Our ancestors didn't lift rocks for fun. They burned calories trying to survive. So your brain still runs on an old script. Conserve energy unless the reward is immediate. This wiring shows up today as a mental reflex. The moment you think about exercising, your brain experiences threat anticipation, and it lights up the same areas of the brain that detect physical danger. To your nervous system, a tough workout feels less like self-improvement and more like voluntarily walking into a storm. On top of that, there's the classic human bias known as present bias, or temporal discounting. Your brain heavily favors the comfort of right now over the benefits of later. So even if you know a workout is good for you, your mind does the math and decides the immediate discomfort outweighs the distant reward. For people who hate working out, the brain's cost-benefit system heavily favors being comfortable. The predicted effort carries more weight than the potential upside, so the decision is shaped long before they walk through the gym door. Social comparison. Even more threatening than the workout are the people who are there. Gyms are prime territory for social comparison, a term introduced by psychologist Leon Festinger in 1954. Humans naturally judge themselves based on how they stack up against others, and a gym gives your brain more higher-ranking examples in the first 5 seconds than most places give you all week. For someone who can't stand working out, that creates instant pressure. Everywhere you look, someone seems stronger, better looking, more experienced, or at least more coordinated than you feel. Your nervous system treats that like a competition you never signed up for. And when you feel like you're starting in last place, motivation doesn't just drop, it evaporates completely. To make matters worse, even if no one is actually paying attention to you, your brain assumes they are. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect, the bias that makes you feel like everything you do is being watched and judged. That feeling hits especially hard when you're already worried about looking out of shape, inexperienced, or like you have no clue what you're doing. And that threatens your self-concept, the version of you that wants to appear competent and in control. Instead of focusing on the workout, your mind fixates on protecting that image, which makes the environment more painful than the exercise itself. When you hesitate to go to the gym, it's not because you're lazy or weak. Your mind is avoiding an ego-threatening environment and protecting the version of you that feels capable. It's simply what your brain is designed to do. Self-determination theory. If someone tells you, "Just do it," your brain instantly fires back with, "Just don't." That reaction isn't attitude, it's autonomy. According to self-determination theory, humans have a basic psychological need to feel in control of their choices, and people who hate working out tend to feel that need more intensely than most. That's why typical fitness advice completely backfires for you. Hearing things like, "Just push yourself," "No excuses," or "Suck it up," doesn't create motivation. It creates resistance. When the workout feels forced, your brain automatically rebels because external pressure makes the task feel like someone else's agenda, not yours. Discipline and routine can work for you, but only when it's on your own terms. When the decision feels internally driven, something you're doing for your own reasons, not to meet the expectations of others, your follow-through actually goes up. But when it feels like an order, a demand, or a moral obligation, your mind fights it as if it's something to oppose. You don't thrive on hype or punishment. You thrive on meaning, a sense of purpose, relevance, or personal value behind the action. And when that meaning is missing, no amount of slogans will change your mind. Interoceptive sensitivity. Some people jog and feel alive. Others jog and feel as if their life might end. Certain nervous systems pick up internal sensations more intensely. Breathing harder, heart pounding, heat rising, muscles burning. Psychology calls this interoceptive sensitivity, the tendency to notice and react to signals inside your own body more strongly than other people do. If you're high in this trait, it feels like your heart is beating out of your chest, you can't get enough air, and the burn in your legs is causing real damage. Your nervous system forces you to slow down or stop because it interprets those sensations as danger, even when you're not in any actual danger at all. Pain sensitivity also varies wildly between people. Some barely notice discomfort, while others feel every muscle twinge, every joint pop, and every burn that comes with heavy breathing and exertion. When your awareness is high, a workout doesn't just feel intense, it feels amplified. This is why two people can do the same workout and have completely different reactions. One feels energized, the other feels overwhelmed. One thinks, that was a good challenge. The other thinks, my body hates this and I might die. And honestly, both reactions are valid. They just come from bodies that experience things differently. All or nothing mindset. If you can't do something perfectly, your brain would rather not do it at all. Psychology calls this dichotomous thinking, a cognitive distortion where everything is either a total success or a complete failure with no middle ground. Anything short of the perfect workout feels like messing up or proving you're not good at this. And instead of tolerating an imperfect session, your mind picks the option that feels safer, avoiding it entirely. It's self-protection from the possibility of not measuring up. Perfectionism also leads to procrastination. When the internal standard is unrealistically high, starting becomes the hardest part. The workout gets pushed back, then pushed back again, and eventually becomes something you'll start next Monday. The irony is that people with this thinking are often incredibly capable once they break out of that all-or-nothing mindset. When effort doesn't have to be flawless to count, consistency suddenly becomes possible, along with real progress and momentum, the very things perfectionism kept shutting down. Mental stimulation. Some bodies chase endorphins. Your brain chases ideas. People who hate working out often have reward pathways that light up more from mental stimulation than physical effort. You don't get the classic runner's high, you get a curiosity high instead. For you, dopamine comes from problem solving, creativity, organizing chaos, planning, learning, analyzing, and noticing details. Anything that wakes up your mind instead of your muscles hits the reward center harder than sweat ever will. And once your brain finds a reliable source of stimulation, it doesn't instinctively search for it elsewhere. This is why workouts often feel flat or unrewarding, even when you know they're good for you. If your internal world is already vivid, active, and mentally engaging, physical effort just doesn't offer the same payoff. That means when your mind has to choose between picking up a dumbbell or diving down a rabbit hole, the rabbit hole wins every time. The truth is, you don't have to love the gym. You just have to find an activity that fits your psychology. Maybe it's gardening, dancing, long walks, pickleball, or just cranking up the music and cleaning your house. Anything that gets you moving counts. And it's a heck of a lot better than forcing yourself through a workout you can't stand. If you want more psychology that explains your mind instead of judging it, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next.